Hello, this is Sin again, and today I'm going to show you how to protect your palette on your screen print and press. You can use the vinyl decal transfer tape, the same thing that you would use if you were making signs. If you look at my palettes, they look very damaged and they're looking pretty bad right now. But once I remove the tape, you can see that they are actually not in this bad of shape as it looks like they are, because when I first got it, I always put the palette tape on here so that I could protect my palette. The things that you will need in order to do this, you will need some transfer tape. The transfer tape that I have is actually 16 inches wide. My palette is 15 inches wide by 17 inches wide. So once I put it on there, I will have to cut the excess off. But if you don't have the correct size for your palette, I have in the past used ones like this before. You just have to make sure once you put the first layer down that you line this up, the next piece up as close as you can, so that there's no spaces in between. The best size to get is something that's as wide as your palette or wider than your palette. You'll need markers. You will need either some scissors or a blade of some sort to cut the transfer tape, and you will need a straight edge. You can use a yardstick, a meter stick. Just make sure it's at least as long as your palette is. And what I usually use is my Tsquare, because you can line it up on there, and while I'm doing this, y'all see how the Tsquare is actually makes everything real easy to use. The first step is you come over here and remove the old transfer tape. And you see, sometimes it's hard to remove and it tears, or it can leave the adhesive like it did right here. But this adhesive, you can really just rub it off. But one trick that I have learned to be able to peel this off easier, if you bring this around here, if you bring it around here and you put it up under, well, I don't want to start a fire. If you bring this around here, that palette, and you put it up under your flash dryer for a few seconds. And it'll make it a little easier to peel. Let me see, I actually have not let it get hot enough yet. It still needs to get a little hotter, but and you can see right here that my line went through last time. And you go through and you peel it all off, and you can see, really, I could change these more, but I use them, and sometimes I'm busy and don't really have time to change them out. But right now, while I don't have a lot going on, I can go ahead and change this out. All right, we're gonna heat that one up a little bit while I work with this and try to make sure I get everything off of it. All right, we've heated this one up. Let's see about peeling it off now. Yeah, when you heat that pallet up, it comes off easier. That one came off even easier than the second one. Oh, I left out one thing. One other thing that we will need. The one other thing that we will need is a squeegee or something like a squeegee. It just makes it easier. The first thing we're going to need, I'm just going to place this right here. And you can also see right here, I do have some a film of stuff here too, a film of the t-shirt fibers here, but it, you know, I'm not really worried about that. It really doesn't affect anything. If I just wanted to clean it off, I mean, I could clean it off, but eventually it's going to get right back like that. And right now I'm in a busy season. I probably will go through once it slows down a little bit, like after Christmas, in between Christmas and New Year's. Maybe I can do another video showing how to maintain your press and how to clean the entire thing and make it look like new again. So I'll go through that. I'll go through that in a later video. But for right now, because I have a few more orders I'm gonna have to do this week, I'm just going to replace the top cover. So I'm going to take my blade and I'm going to just stick it in my back pocket, and also my squeegee and stick it in my back pocket for easy access. All right, so I'm going to start. And I found that it works better if you tack it down somewhere along the middle. And then you take your squeegee and make sure there's no air bubbles in it. And unroll it. Then I'm going to take my blade and I'm going to cut it off as close to the edge as I can. And I like to go over it again and just make sure all of the air bubbles are out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come around the edge and just cut along the edge. And the reason that I'm cutting it close to the edge is so that because if you don't, what's going to happen is when you slide a t-shirt on here, it's going to get caught up on the sticky part, the part that's, you know, it's not going to stick if it's not on the flat surface. And you know, in between the flat surface that you print on, there's a little crack, and you know, it's just easier if you just cut it off to keep the t-shirt from sticking. And trying to peel this off, because when you heat it up, it makes it easier to peel off. Yeah, sometimes the air bubbles want to pop up in there, but you got to make sure that you smooth it down enough so that they don't. You just cut around the edge. Just cut all the way around the edge. And a lot of times these little places like that, once you heat it up, it'll go ahead and stick to the press. And let me see. I didn't cut this quite close enough, so let me cut that off. Uh-oh. Tell you what, I just did that one kind of tucked under. And that should be fine. Alright, and the next step on this is I take my Tsquare. It's a few good uses for the Tsquare. I take it and it's long enough to work for me. I used blue last time, so I'm gonna go with the red this time. And since my lines are on here, I can see where the center is already, but if not, then I could go this way. I know that it's 17 inches long, so 8.5 would be pretty much center on here. All I have to do is line it up since my center lines are already on here. And I'll take my marker and press down on my Tsquare. I'm gonna move it over just a little bit. This is probably why I used the blue one last time, because the red one is almost out of ink. Line it up on here. And that's pretty much how you do it. And what if you want any other lines, like as for a pocket or whatever, then you know you can do that too. But this is pretty much what I use. I try not to put too many lines on here and you know do too much drawing on here. I just figure it out on the shirt as I go if I'm doing that. But you know, that pretty much is your center line. You would, you know, slide your shirt on and it'll help you line the shirt up correctly. And that's the first one down. And I have 3 more to go. two off video and I'll come back and show you the finished product. There you have it. Now I have completed changing all of the pallet tape on all four pallets of my press. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And if you want me to make any videos about anything, please leave it in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll have more videos coming soon. Bye.